Hello gorgeous, this is Melanie and I'm here for Makeup by Melanie B, and I'm partially made up so far today. So what I'm going to do today is, first of all, put my sexy trendy headband on. I know y'all love it. And then I'm going to show you how to use an eyeshadow palette. So for those of you who are either in a hurry or you're just kind of lost on how to do your shadows, this hopefully will help you. Now the reason I'm using a trio palette is because it's easy. It is so easy because they put the colors together for you so you know that they coordinate. I have put on my Synergence white highlighter on my eyelids, and that is as far as I've gotten. The white highlighter or any of the Shadow Sense shadows are going to prime your eyelids. So by doing that, I'm setting a good foundation. It stays a little bit tacky, and that way it's going to hold on to any powders that I put over the top if I'm going to choose a powder eyeshadow. I don't know why I can't talk today. Really, I mean, honestly, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, so in this particular palette, this is a Beauty Control Mineral Trio, and they have really beautiful combinations right now in their eyeshadows. These are actually on sale until the end of July, so they're only $18 for a trio, and they're, you know, they're fairly large shadows. Each one is fairly large. Now this palette is going to do everything I need to do with my eyes, including my liner. So let's get started. I'm taking a fluffy brush and I'm just going to tap in and get a little bit of this white, and this is going to seem kind of harsh at first, but you're going to see what's going to happen with it. With that fluffy brush, I'm just patting that lightest shade onto my entire eyelid all the way up to my brow bone. I will do that on both eyes to make sure that it is smooth a layer as possible and it goes all the way up to the brow. This is just a great palette. This one's called, I think I told you, it's called Pacifica. So for blue eyes, this one is a great slate blue, really beautiful shades of blue, not your 80s blue, just saying. Okay. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going in with my little fluffy pencil brush, and I'm going to take a tiny bit of this middle color, okay? And I say tiny bit, I'm just tapping. I don't rub to get a lot on there, and I wipe off, or, you know, knock off the excess. And I'm going to get my mirror here so I can really kind of see detail what I'm doing. I don't want to jack this up while I'm recording. Anyway, and this is where what I'm going to do is go in a little above my crease, and that's going to keep my eyes more open than putting it down in my crease, which is going to close them down. So basically I'm making a new crease right up in there. Now it's going to look messy and you're going to be like, what? But once I finish blending, that's where it's all going to work itself out. So less is more. You're better to start with a little bit and add to it, because you can easily add more, but you can't always easily take off. And let me get up here where I can see. I'm going to kind of go in with a V in the corner and just bringing it up, and then windshield wiper motions, and that's just going to blend it in. So what I'm doing is, all over is the lightest color, the medium color is going in my crease and on this outer portion of my eye, and that creates depth and makes my eye look a little more rounded. And then the darkest color, I'm going to go in with a little tiny bit in the crease, but I'm also going to bring it in as my liner. So I'm going to use all three colors. And like I said, this is the way you could do this with any triple palette you have. It just makes it easy. Well, it's really not easy working with the cell phone. I'm going to try to do this without really totally jacking it up for y'all. And yeah, you guys got to contort your face, you know, like this, and concentrate and all that. You know how you do. Don't think it's just me. I know it's not. Okay. Less is more until we get it where we want it. All right. So far, I think it's okay, even though it may look crazy. All right, now I'm going in with the darker of the three, which is this one. But I'm going to take this angled liner brush and put a little bit on here of the darkest color so that I can really get into the crease more accurately. And right up under here, I'm just going to create depth and dimension by adding this little bit of darkness, sorry y'all, into this corner, this outer corner. Now I haven't blended this yet, so it will be blended and it will make the biggest difference, I assure you. All right, I took a little bit more, and let's go in with the other eye. Get a little bit down in there and bring it into a V. And the reason we bring it into a V is because we're creating depth, and like I said, it's going to give your eye more openness in the center by creating depth on the outer corner. Now, in a second, I'm going to apply something to this to make this a little more of a liner, but right now I'm just trying to get it where I want it. Okay, looking crazy. Oh, let's get this a little further down in here. Okay. I'm going to take this fluffy brush, make sure I don't have anything on it, and I just want to kind of windshield wiper really lightly. I don't want to take off what I've put on. I just want to blend it out so that it doesn't look so harsh. So I'm barely touching. Some people will hold it more like this, just so they know they're not going to get a really heavy hand when they're blending, because they don't want to take it off. And I'm just kind of doing little circles just to make sure it's blended. Now, the tricky part for me in here, in the lighting I'm using, is I'm not standing in front of my mirror, you know, my big mirror, and I'm actually trying to record into a small screen, iPhone screen or whatever. So it's a little different than when you're applying it with, you know, I've got beautiful lighting, but as far as like an open space where I can see a little bit better. And I'm going to go back in with the brush that I put down that I can't find. All right, it's a flat brush. And I'm going to take the white again, the lightest shade, and I'm just going to kind of pop it right here to clean up this inner corner and blend that up a little bit. And then I'm going to put it right on the top of the round part of my eye, and I'm just patting. I'm not pulling. I don't want to pull on my eyes if I can help it. But that is going to kind of open up. See how this eye looks more open than this eye? Because I didn't put the lighter part back on here yet. And I'm going to take it all the way up into this crease. Now, you guys do not have to spend this kind of time on this. Once you've done it a couple of times, I just completely repeat this process. I rarely do any other technique. I just use different colors. So a lot of times you'll be like, oh, your eyes look different. Well, it's just because I used a different palette or a different combination of colors, because the technique, I just like it, and I just stick with what I like. Anyway, I spray a little bit of the finishing spray into that well, and then I take that angled liner brush and I dip a little bit into that well and get it wet. And then on the side of my darkest color, I'm getting my shadow. Now this is the tricky part without me getting my other mirror here. So let me get my mirror, and we're going to go in and I'm going to do my liner. The finishing spray is going to make this stay on longer. Now this liner is not as waterproof as, let's say, the Onyx Shadow Sense, but I can get a versatility in my colors of my shadows by using them as liners. So if you've got the powdered shadows like I'm using, use the finishing spray with it and take them to another level using them as liners. So this just helps it stay on all day. And you'll notice this is giving me a very soft liner, but it's still defining my eye. Now I'm going to go in here and smooth this out. I won't make you guys watch me do all this, but anyway, and it depends on the way the light's hitting it too. So I'm going to finish my lining. I will do a little bit underneath, and because I've sprayed it with the finishing spray, it's going to allow me to come up under my eye, and it's going to be more permanent than it would have been otherwise. Now, so I'm going to come back after I finish my lining, and we'll finish with some mascara. Okay, so now that I have done all of the lining with that darkest shade in my palette, I'm going to finalize my eyes with one color that is not in my palette. Now I could use that lightest white, but I really don't want a white powder shadow right up around my brow because it doesn't look as natural as an off-white shadow would look, or one that's more similar to my skin type. So I'm gonna take one of these pencil brushes I have, and I'm gonna go in with the Limelight, and I dropped my palette the other day and broke my shadows. I like almost burst into tears. But anyway, so I'm taking my lightest, my favorite, I don't know if you can see it. Let's back it up a little bit. See that? Turning it sideways is kind of the best way. If you don't get another color, this is the best color, is this creamy, super pigmented highlight color. And I'm just gonna go up here right at my brow and just put a little bit there. And do you see how that blends? It's like, I mean, I don't even know how to explain the blendability of the Limelight colors. But what that does is see how it kind of just takes out that line that I had in the upper part and just smooths it out, and how it just makes it look completely finished. That is what I want. So let's go in with our mascara. And today I'm using a mascara that I just got recently in my kit for beauty control, and it is amazing. The only thing, it is water resistant and not waterproof. We do have a waterproof with beauty control, but I've been wanting to try this one just to see how it compares to the ones that I already had, because y'all know I love my Arbonne. I love my Limelight fiber mascara. Absolutely flipping love that stuff. And this one just takes my lashes and just goes va-voom. But it is water resistant, and it will get under your eye, like, you know, after a shower or whatever, which is not something I'm real familiar with Arbonne. It didn't really do that too bad, but they're all water resistant. I'm going to use my mirror over here so I don't poke myself in the eye. This is a very affordable mascara. I need to separate my eyelashes big time. Okay, let's see if I can get them separated. Well, now it's probably more like 2 coats. All right, well, let me show you on this other side. This is very affordable mascara. And the beauty control products are spa products, and they're designed to be, you know, not using harsh chemicals. They're not tested on animals. All the same things that I always look for before I will either try or buy or sign up to sell a certain line of products. So safety and the chemicals and the lack of chemicals and all that's always the utmost importance to me. Okay, but you guys see that? It's called Dramatic Lash, and I'm serious when I say that is dramatic. That's probably maybe 2 coats. Imagine if I did a third. Anyway, okay, so that is my look for the day, today, and the Pacifica Trio. And like I said, these are on sale for, I think, $18. The whole palette's only $18 up till the end of July. Or if you want to just contact me and I can get it for you, that would be fine too. And I can always just order it and get it shipped to you. It's however you want to do it. Just let me know. I'm going to put the information down on the bottom. And then I'm coming back here in just a minute to do our Love It combination of the week. So please join me. Thanks so much as always for watching, and I hope this was helpful for you and you will come back for more.